Elmhurst Castle at the western end of the Solent, where the Hoya Royal Lymington Cup is being held. It's the sole match racing international event in this country. It's sort of America's Cup-style racing, jousting on water. 12 top teams from around the world have been battling it out, and we're now down to the second semi-final.
The only reason I win is because of the team I've got, and they give me the confidence to do what we do on the boat. And these boats are very small, they're the smallest on the circuit, and really they don't suit me at all because I'm a big boat sailor, I'm not a dinghy sailor at all. And the only reason we're doing any good is because I've got James Stagg and Andy Hemmings and Julius Salter, and they take me around. I first met Gavin in New Zealand after he'd won 2 youth match racing championships, and he started sailing with me when he was 17 or 18, and we've actually won Lymington Cup before with him crewing for me.
Yeah, I've sailed with Chris quite a lot. You can see it in Chris's style sometimes when he gets say he gets a penalty or something early in the race, and he'll start letting the umpires know he disagrees with that decision. That's when we sort of try and strike.
In a match race, opponents try to get a penalty awarded against each other and keep the other furthest from the start line in the crucial 4 minutes of pre-start jousting, before actually crossing the line to sail the simple upwind-downwind course, finishing with their spinnakers set. So now to the best of 3 match semi-final between the defending champion, Britain Chris Law, who's already won up against New Zealand's Gavin Brady, with commentators Richard Simmons and Eddie Warden-Owen.
Law in control here, he's right away boat. Going straight at Brady, look at that. So within 15 seconds there of them entering the combat zone, there's already a call for a penalty.
Protest flag going up, but green flag by the umpires. Law doing a bit of intimidation, I think, Richard.
So very aggressive there, but it is the right side. Coming there on starboard, you're always going to be having the advantage, aren't you?
Yeah, and Law's forcing the advantage. He's telling Brady, look, I'm in charge here. Won the first race, and I'm going to win the second one, he's saying. Coming up to a minute to go to the start, so they're both very early.
And Brady has got the overlap, but just as he got it, Law tacked.
Forcing Law to tack.
You just haven't got a clue.
Law furious there with the umpire boat.
Absolutely furious. Umpire boat trying to get out of the way. Law going back at Brady.
Actually, that umpire boat there, Eddie's completely changed the game, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, Law was in control. Now Brady's in control, and Brady's on starboard tack. Is he going to fly a flag there? That was a very close incident.
Main on.
Law heading up, no room to tack there. Brady has got him pinned down. Brady in the controlling position
He
now.
has. Law's in serious trouble here because he's got to force Brady. There's only 20 seconds to the start.
Brady being forced to tack.
Tagged!
Protest flag by Brady. Brady's saying that Law's already tagged. Law trying to hook underneath him. 6 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
Brady in the controlling position. Brady is going to cross the line. Law just trying to tuck in on the inside. It's Brady that tucks on the inside. Great start there by Brady.
Protest, come on, protest, 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 protest.
Lots of protest shouting here.
Tag, tag, tag. He hit my transom. Tag. He hit my transom. Tag.
Yellow flag. Umpire said that Law in French, we don't really know.
Get in my way and then penalise me.
Law is furious with the umpire. You get in my way and you penalise
Got
him.
in my way. Too hot, guys. What's your Morgan? Kill it.
Law not happy, telling the umpires what he thinks.
Just ruin the race.
He's got to be very careful because the umpires could throw him out of the regatta if he carries on.
So Law has lost it. Brady's in the controlling position, but unlike in the first round, this time Law has got the penalties to cover. Brady in the dominant position, Law tacks back.
Just ruin it.
Look at that, he's just obsessed by the problem with the umpire then. If he keeps worrying about that, he's not going to go quick, he's going to throw this one away.
Gavin Brady thinks he's overstood the weather mark.
On him, how are we doing?
He's giving Law a little bit of dirty air.
Brady's going quicker now.
Where's the mark?
Brady making sure he hasn't overstood the mark, gone too far past. Spinnaker pole getting into place on from the Brady boat.
Wait up, Morgan.
Same thing happening with Chris Law behind. So it's Gavin Brady rounds the top mark first. I'd say about 30 metres, maybe less than that. Law's caught up there, Eddie.
Okay, Hoya.
When he focused on sailing and got that problem out of his mind, the boat went quicker.
Nice sit. Great
Stand
stick,
by.
guys.
Yeah,
Go.
he's still going to be about 4 boat lengths behind, which is an awful lot of catch-up downwind.
So you've got about 70 metres between them now, but the real issue is that Chris Law has got to take a penalty. So Gavin Brady now coming down, approaching the finish. He's going to make this one 1-all.
In the third match, Brady, in the yellow starboard favoured boat, has entered the start area too early. A simple error. Law, meanwhile, times his run to practice precision. The umpires deliberate and Brady is penalised. It's difficult to recover from this disadvantage, and his final place hopes were ended with an easy win by Chris Law.
He seemed to have a slight speed edge on us, and I think that makes you make rush decisions and it puts the pressure on you. And we come away from this, and next year if we can be just a little bit quicker again, I think that we could do a lot better job.
The Royal Lymington Yacht Club, like any other sailing club, has all sorts of competitions for every level and age, but it's the only organisation in Britain that runs a Grade 1 international match race event.
The club was involved right at the beginning of match racing. There used to be the America's Cup, the Congressional Cup, and then the Royal Lymington Cup. And this is the 24th year. The club has been involved in the organisation of match racing worldwide as well. I think it's an opportunity for the club, in a sense, to put something back into a sport from which it's gained a great deal.
So now to the final, and Chris Law's opponent is the America's Cup helm for France and ranked the world #3, Bertrand Passet, one of many professional sailors from the other side of the channel.
He's a great competitor, typical Gaelic flair. Earlier in the year he gave up smoking and he started to do really, last year rather, he gave up smoking, he started to do really badly, so his crew have bought him more cigarettes. And we've been fighting the French for centuries.
Chris is talentueux, sometimes he do a good Chris, sometimes bad Chris, so I hope he will be bad Chris today. Can be a chance for us to win this regatta.
All was even in the first match of the finals until Passet, approaching with the starboard advantage, actually hits the mark. An elementary mistake made worse by then hitting Law's boat. Seen again from Passet's view, he clearly misjudges the current and then goes on to hit Law, thinking he had right of way. But the umpires were going to have none of that and awarded him 2 penalties. That's 2 complete turns and the race is Law's.
Well, a pretty elementary mistake in the first race of the final for Passet means he's 1-0 down. First of 4 to win, so it's all on for the Frenchman. So in the combat zone, Passet first, Chris Law coming in a little late. Remember, Chris Law with the yellow jib, Passet with the blue jib.
Law's the right-of-way boat. He's got the wind coming over on the starboard side, the right-hand side, right-of-way boat, forcing Passet to tack. Passet having to keep clear. Law in control, Richard.
Better conditions now. Law saying that Passet hasn't tacked back.
Law tacking away. What he's doing is defending that right-hand side so he can come back at Passet with the wind over the right-hand side. There he is, he's jibing, and Passet has to keep clear. Law in control.
Protest him.
Law saying he was on starboard, Passet didn't give way. Protest coming up on Law's boat.
The big thing here, Richard, green flag, there's no incident there, but the big thing here is that the tide is taking us up towards Hurst Castle Lighthouse. They're about 50 metres away from the starting line right now.
So Law spins round, Passet behind.
Early jibe here.
Law's going to spin round in front.
Jibe, main.
He wants to lead this starting sequence.
And back.
Law jibing, Passet having to keep clear. Now Passet's on his tail. That's a mistake by Law. Passet in control right now. See how quickly the whole sequence changes.
Early. Go main.
Passet ahead now.
Hard up.
Oh, that's interesting. Law tack there. No, he just headed up.
Law maintaining the distance between him and Passet. Passet tacked on a port, so Law immediately dives down at him.
Go main, go main.
Passet has to tack because Law is right-of-way boat. Now Law's going to try and hook up underneath him. Can he get an overlap? If he does, Passy will have to luff and keep clear.
Don't overhook him.
So Law in
Don't
control.
overhook him.
30 seconds to the start. Passy knows he's early.
Law's put himself in a dangerous position there as well. Law
20
now
seconds
attacking.
to the start. Passy going with him.
Line up.
Law's holding him up.
Passy forced to tack round. Law bears away.
Stand by tack.
7
5
seconds.
seconds, and Passy looks as if he's over the line.
Main on.
Passy dives back. Law tacks at the other end of the line. Great start. Law tacks at the right-hand side. Passy at the left-hand side. That's not where he wanted to be. Law won that start. Passy, no way out of it.
It's going to be close. Passy's tacking. Now Law is the right-of-way boat, so Passy will either have to tack or dip him.
Chris Law coming across on starboard. Passy's got to give way. Law's going to be clear ahead. Is Passy going to tack? No, he's
now.
Chris Law's tacking. Going to force Passy to tack, we'd imagine. There he goes. We've seen that manoeuvre so many times in this competition.
Law defending the right-hand side. He's decided he prefers the right. He wants to force Passy to the left. He'll come back in a second, no doubt.
Passy tacks. He's on port tack. Law's got good breeze there. Pointing better. Slight lift there. Passy now gets the lift. Oh, bad shift there for Passy. Look at that. Law just squeezing ahead. He didn't get that shift. Advantage Law.
It's clearly Law at the moment about a boat length and a half ahead.
Law gets the header. That's the time to tack. Throws the tiller across. Crew across the boat. Law comes across on starboard. Passy being forced behind.
I've got him. He's nowhere near us.
Good sailing by Law. Nowhere near as comfortable with that. So Law won the start. Passy started to get the advantage, but the top mark, Chris Law, just a boat length ahead of Passy, squeezing up now as Chris Law puts the spinnaker pole in, raises the kite.
Bang easy when you can.
Passy using the tide there. He just sailed high rather than tacking. Sailed into the wind, reduced the distance between him and Chris Law, so it's only a boat length behind. Now he has the upper hand because he can take the wind of Chris Law from behind and slow him down. Law has a problem here because Passy could easily be inside the 2 boat length circle before Law starts turning. They're about 3 boat lengths from the mark.
Get across to us. Don't worry.
Passy jives back. Law's confident he's clear ahead.
Ram!
Hold it.
2 boat lengths from the mark.
Okay, get rid of it.
Renvoie le bord là, bord là. Tu protestes.
Domain.
Attaque en voile.
Bang on.
Very clever move by Law there.
Passy's hit the mark.
He hit the mark!
Well, there we go. That's a blue flag. I can't believe that, Eddie. Passy has hit the mark. 2 races running. That's a penalty for Passy.
Well, he's a Mediterranean sailor, remember that, so he's not used to the current that we have in the Solent here. Law judging that to absolute perfection. Crossed Passy, absolutely crossed him by about 2 feet when Passy was the right-of-way boat. Passy protests. They put a green flag up on it, but because Passy was protesting, he hit the mark. Race 2 to Chris Law.
Now, you're 2-0 up. Are you going to sail slightly more conservatively in this race?
No, you just forget what you've done. Just completely forget what you've done. It's the first of 4 wins. Just keep forgetting it. This match is very close. He's very, very good.
So, Chris Law 2 up against the French ace Bertrand Passy. Join us in a few moments for the concluding matches. Welcome back, and let's go straight into the next match in the finals. Remember, it's the first 1 to 4, and Chris Law is currently 2 up against Frenchman Bertrand Passy. Let's join our on-the-water commentators, Eddie Warden-Owen and Richard Simmons.
So coming together now. Race 3, Law 2-0 up. Passe's got to win this one.
50 seconds, they're only about 20 seconds from the line. So they've got 30 seconds to burn. Passe and Law both very relaxed. They're not really attacking one another hard. Passe trying to get overlap to leeward.
Law heads up, Passe heads up on the inside.
30 seconds to the start.
Both too early, tied underneath, pushing both boats over the line. They're much too early, about just over 20 seconds to go.
Passe wanting the right-hand side. He's got 20 seconds. They're going to have to go back to the start.
Okay, go.
They split. Law goes to the left on port. Passe tacks to the right. Law
10
wants to be on the
seconds to
right-hand
start.
side.
They're both over the line.
Je peux pas donner. Préparé.
Law having to head up to start on the left-hand side. Passe jibes. That's the start. Law's on the left, didn't want to be there. Passe's on the inside, but Law was ahead first. Difficult one to call that, but I say Passe looks in the stronger position there.
Well, Passe's got where he wanted to be. He wanted to be the right of Chris Law. Both very, very close to the line. Passe got the better of the start, got the right-hand side, and that's why he's ahead.
Vachement limite, Fabrice. C'est la gîte qu'on a. Non, mais c'est la gîte.
First time in this final, we've seen Chris Law around the top mark in second position. Be interesting to see the way he plays the downwind. He's been so cool when he's in front. He's had the good speed. Now it's head-to-head, Passe Law. Law want to sit on Passe as soon as they go around that. Remember, they're going against the tide. Passe, quick look down. Passe calling to raise a spinnaker.
Nice spinnaker set from Bertrand's crew. Law rounding now. It's interesting, you know, Passe's just a little bit lacking in confidence. You can see that in his tactics. In normal conditions, he'd be really forcing the pace. What he's going to do here, he's going to just tack on Law, force him to the left-hand side. He really wants that starboard advantage, Richard.
That's right, and he's got it. Nice tack there by Passe. Law's going to tack back. We've seen that tactic so many times in this regatta. But you really feel Law has got the pace on, and Passe is defending a lead, not extending it.
Yeah, he's turning well.
Stupid course.
Law getting him upset with the course. The wind has shifted to the left, and we've got a lot more port tack than starboard. Law not happy with that. I don't think Chris realized that the bad course he was talking about was actually a wind shift in his favor. Now he's got the advantage. He might even be clear ahead of Bertrand. Bertrand waiting for the header before he goes back to Chris.
Bertrand turns round. Really, Bertrand has got to be at this mark in first position if he's going to have any chance on this. So there we go, Bertrand, Passe, tacks. Chris Law is on port, would have to give right away, but I agree with you, Eddie. I think he's going to be clear ahead.
I think he is definitely clear ahead. Big gain by Law, went from a boat length behind to nearly 2 boat lengths in front. And this is the run to the finish. This could be 3-0 for Law.
Stand by jive, stand by jive. Jive now. Out course. Jive.
So Chris Law takes it, it's 3-0 Law. Passe's got it all to do if he doesn't win the next race. Chris Law wins the Royal Lymington Cup. So they're entering the combat zone now. Chris Law with the blue jib this time. Pressure really on Passe now.
And he's just not happy. He's not in control as he normally is. Law now commanding position, chasing him down the line. It's going to be very difficult for Passe to get back to the line.
Passe, remember, a previous world match racing champion. He's ranked number 3 in the world at the moment. Chris Law is ranked number 5, but Law sailing on home waters, defending the Royal Lymington Cup.
Now we're coming to the difficult bit, 1.5 minutes to go. This is when it really matters. Law pushing, Passe pushing him to the line. They've got about 25 seconds before they cross the line, the distance to the line, but they've got about 1 minute and 20 to go, so Passe is in trouble. A lot of time to spare.
Really, Law is just chasing him all over the pitch at the moment. Passé heads up, trying to waste time. Law on the inside. Passé goes to the committee boat. Law moves away.
35 seconds. Passé going back at Law. Now Law will be jiving into the right-of-way position. Passé has to keep clear. He jives. 25 seconds to the start. Now Passé is a little bit under more control. Only about 10 seconds to the line, and there are 15 seconds to go. Law deciding he wants to protect the right. A lot of current here. Law will have to be careful he doesn't hit the committee boat. Very close.
Great positioning by Chris Law. He's at the pin end of the line. He's at the committee boat end of the line.
Passé's going to be late. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1.
Great
Passé,
start.
very late. Very unlike him. Law, excellent start to the starboard end, and he's straight on top of Bertrand Passé.
Split tacks. Law goes over the favoured right-hand side. Passé wasn't happy in that start manoeuvre. Again, didn't appear to have the confidence. Law did. Law started well. He's tacked off on the right-hand side. We've got Passé going left. We're going to see Law tacking back. But again, Law won that sequence, and so much of it seemed to be down to confidence, Eddie.
Yeah, he rattled Bertrand Passé very early on. Knew exactly what his game plan was, stuck to it, and forced Passé to the left. And also Passé was late on the start, which doesn't help. Passé's unhappy, he's having to tack out of Law's dirty air. Law tacking with him.
So Law tacks back, domineering position, comes into the mark. One tack, he's round. Passé not happy. He's going to tack back now as the tide pushes him round. But again, great start, great first leg, and Chris Law rounds the top mark in 3 out of 4 races in first position.
Easy bang.
Remember, they don't go straight round and back down now. They've got that short little leg before they put the spinnaker up. So Chris Law's off. Bertrand Passé rounds. 5 boat lengths between the two. Passé on the... Well, that's astonishing. He's put his spinnaker up. He's not allowed to do that. Grabs it down. And I think they've got away with it. In my headphones, I can hear Chris Law ahead. He's planning to jibe early. Passé will probably carry on, but at the moment... Oh, he didn't get away with it. That's a penalty.
Yellow flag to Bertrand Passé. The reason for that is because he started putting his spinnaker up far too early.
You're not allowed to put your spinnaker up until you round that second mark. That is the 3rd elementary mistake that Passé has made out of the 4 races.
That's a really big surprise to Bertrand. He's been at this game a long, long time. Each regatta has its own peculiarities. Lymington, because of the tide, often has a spacer mark. But everyone knows you mustn't put your spinnaker up until you go round the spacer mark.
Chris Law, pat on the back as he comes down to the finish line. And we're going to see the British team of Chris Law, ranked number 5 in the world, is going to take the 1998 Hoya Royal Lymington Cup. That's the finish gun.
Good job.
He'll be delighted.
Thank you, Jagger. Nice job, lovely stuff. To be honest, the score flatters us. You know, it's much closer than that, much closer. The only reason we win is when we get to tight situations, I have the confidence to go for something with the group of guys that we have. And we've worked at this now for 2 years. We struggled early on, to be honest. We made a lot of mistakes, got penalised a lot, but we kept out of trouble today.
We make a lot of mistakes that we don't do this week. But on plus, Chris sailed very well and his team, so that's a logic victory of Chris today.
Chris Law steps forward to take the coveted Royal Lymington Cup, also announcing his retirement from the circuit to concentrate on his America's Cup campaign. So Chris Law wins the Hoya Royal Lymington Cup for the 2nd year in succession. It'll take him above 5th in the world rankings. An excellent effort from him and his crew. Join us again next week for more water sports on H2O.